Beep, 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 beep. Welcome to the Court of the EDI Jester. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are on the globe. How are we, good people? Buy me a coffee, subscribe. Click the subscribe button. Most of all, share this, the usual stuff. Go help out if you can. Help an old man out. Throw me some money. People don't like it when I beg. Oh, please. Right, so I've got a tweet for you today. There's a great group of folk, okay, on Twitter called Parents Watch Education Glasgow, okay? So all the links, as usual, are in the doobries for you, all right? So Parents Watch Education Glasgow, right? Who I follow, and they follow me, right? So they're good folk. They say here on their Twitter profile, they say here, challenging and questioning woke education policies in Glasgow schools and nurseries originating from a group of Southside mothers. Isn't that just fantastic? These mums have got together somewhere and gone, no, we're not having this. Just fantastic. So they're doing brilliant work. I mean, really brilliant work in this field. And they watch what goes on in Glasgow schools. They're keeping an eye on how trans ideology is embedded and raising awareness of the problems of sexuality education in the RSHP, which is the sort of curriculum. Because they believe if you've got school-age children, it's very important that you're up to speed with this. Well, I can't argue with that, and I'm not sure that any of you would either. We know people that would mind. So what they've got here is they have a letter, okay? A useful letter for parents concerned about gender ideology in their schools. And you can send it to the head teacher or the safeguarding leader, whoever it may be. And then they've given some more details, which I'll give to you now. So they've said, we created this letter for parents. The first draft was tweaked by a lawyer and an advocate. One of our group ran it past a KC, a King's Council, okay? And who gave it the old thumbs up, which were good to hear, the old thumbs up. Parents in our groups have sent it to school heads last year with positive results, right? And then they've got one parent has said, I was becoming increasingly concerned about the impact of gender ideology in schools and nurseries, especially the influence of activist teachers and parents. I used the letter which outlines a school's responsibilities and parents' rights with regard to contested ideas around gender ideology. I sent the letter to all three of my kids' schools and got a positive response across the board. I feel it has put me on the front foot, in that the teachers and head teacher are completely clear that my kids, in no circumstances, are to be exposed to gender ideology or forced to use the wrong set of pronouns for another child or teacher. Unequivocal there in their statement of what they mean as a parent when it comes to their child, who they are ultimately responsible for and whom they are the most positive influence on, regardless of what the queer theory nutters bloody tell you, right? It has put my mind at ease for now. It's an unfortunate situation where parents feel they need to do this to protect their kids and that schools need to be reminded of their legal responsibilities. I would like to see every school head teacher in Scotland receive this letter so they think twice about what they are promoting, and they will not be able to say they didn't know what parents are not happy and have every right to ensure their kids are not indoctrinated. Okay, then what they've said is, what they've added is, you can download a copy of the letter here, which is all in the thread of the tweet that I'm going to put into the doobries for you. Download it to your device, edit to personalise the details, and email it to your child's head teacher or safeguarding lead as an attachment with a short covering note. And they've then asked us that we please share far and wide. Let us know how you get on. And I've looked to see how it's being shared, and to be fair, it could do with a lot more sharing. So this is why I'm doing this video, so that you can go and share this tweet. Let's get the message out there that there is this that exists there to help parents. We then have off the back of that a response from Isla Mack, who you'll be aware of, Isla_Mackey, M-A-C-Y. Is it Macy or Mac? You know, I'll have to ask her next time we get a gymwag. I have been saying the same thing in England for the past year with very good results, says Isla. I strongly support parents going down this road. Okay? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right? Love it. So I've read the letter. It's really good. Okay? Jester's got a butt. I can't help it. If I can think it, I'll think it, right? I've got a butt. I'll tell you for why. Explain why. I think this is brilliant, and I think it brings focus to one particular facet of something that is much bigger. And so I've been having a mull, and I might have a go at a letter of my own. I think, and see what letter I can come up with, because this is a wonderful foundational document. And I will be using that foundational document to think carefully about what would I say if I was a parent. I mean, I'm not, I don't even know how children function. What are they? Strange things. Right? So, because I have an issue. What a surprise that Jess has got an issue. And I'll tell you what the issue is. Saying what they're saying is absolutely correct. Asking for what they're asking for is absolutely correct. And it's a battle that should be won through that letter. We've got a problem, right? In that what will happen is they won't be exposed to gender ideology by going into a RS lesson or whatever it may be. They won't be exposed to gender ideology that way, and the school will not pamper to the kids with their pronoun nonsense anymore, thankfully, due to some of the guidance that's coming out. But that's where the problem starts to fester after that. So I think the letter's brilliant. My problem is I don't think it's expansive enough. Now, I could well be wrong about this, and I would. These are Glasgow mothers, right? I will capitulate to whatever you say, okay? Because you're the ones raising the children. You're the ones doing something that I would never have had the courage to do. But I'm still going to say to you that I think it's not expansive enough. When your kids go in to do maths, as the activist teachers find that you've closed off one avenue to them, so you've closed off, you're not doing this with my kid, right? So there'll be none of this, here's your gender identity lesson, here's your look up at the queue, hand on his knees and bumps the daisy people lesson. There'll be none of that. But they'll go into maths and it will say in the maths class, John, who is non-binary, has 15 apples. And Jane, who is trans, has 7 apples. How many apples do they have in total? That's what they'll do. That's what they'll do. Okay? We're going to look at the Magellan, Sailing the Globe, and we'd like to talk about how Magellan's activities in Sailing the Globe affected the lives of trans and non-binary people. Paul and Mary have racist parents. They've made these statements. Which of these statements are racist and which of these statements are anti-racist? Write a story about a boy who realises he's trans at 4 years old and what wishes he'll have to be a girl. That'll be in English literature. In science, right, so we're going to study the Genome Project and how we discovered about the human genes. I want you to do this, and I want you to think about why there weren't enough black people doing the studying. All right? I know I sound like a nitpicky madman, but the truth of the matter is, gender identity ideology and everything that comes with it and what these Glasgow's mothers are fighting for is part of a much larger beast. And it's easy for me to say this because I could go and sit in front of their master and say, what would you like to know? Because I've done the work and I've had the time to do the work. It was forced on me, to be honest. But I've had time to do the work and I get better at it all the time because I teach people to do it. If you're a Glasgow mother raising a family, if you're a mother anywhere raising a family, if you're a father raising a family, you don't have the time to do that. But I was then intrigued to ask myself the question, what would a letter look like that addressed the whole thing? So I may, he says, I'm having a mull. I think I might have to have a go at one, and see whether I can put it into words succinctly and clearly that eliminate any possibility of your child being exposed to critical social justice as factual, as a way to live, and as something that you should aim to be forever and for all time, as opposed to being taught critical social justice for the cult it is. That's it. All right, that's today's moan. Go, the women of Glasgow. Right, links to the Dubris. See you later. Come be a war teacher. Go, things to do.